Cyclone Nargis hit Burma, also known as Myanmar, in May of 2008 and left more than 134,000 dead. The cyclone affected more than 2.4 million people, displacing many children. Many orphans in Burma seek refuge in Buddhist monasteries or in orphanages. Unable to trace their families or their homes, the MoeGyo Humanitarian Foundation was founded to assist the orphans of Cyclone Nargis. Across Burma, children perform cheap acts of labor, from serving and cooking in restaurants to steering loads of rocks. They serve tea in tea shops and cook, sell flowers on the streets. Today, volunteers of the MoeGyo Foundation hold this fundraiser to raise money for the orphans of Burma. At this fundraiser, food is served and music is played. Rosemary Kinke-Win, one of the co-founders of the foundation, explained how this foundation helps relieve young kids from poverty and extracts them from child labor.
I personally have to believe that we can make a difference 1 inch at a time. So I believe MoeGyo, when we sponsor the orphans and when we sponsor this primary school and this school, we believe that children begin to see that they can go somewhere when they go to school and that they can actually support their families when they graduate from university. So this is our fervent hope that we will eventually make a difference.
Reforms are happening in Burma, yet people on the ground are not seeing so much progress. Poverty is still rampant. Volunteers of MoeGyo Foundation live in several places around the world. They live in New York, D.C., Australia, Thailand, and Burma. Even though this event is taking place an ocean away from Burma, MoeGyo Foundation guarantees that the donations get into the right hands.
We have our own people who are standing by, who actually deliver the funds and deliver what these groups need. So I'm 100% sure. Also, our administration costs are minimal because almost 100% of it goes into this program. So I do believe that this is a very worthwhile cause, and I also believe that a lot of the monies that are sent is actually used for the purposes it was donated for.
Bunwa, who gives up her house once a year to hold this fundraiser, explains the implications of having a nonprofit organization, but also emphasizes how glad she and the others are in building this charity.
We have to use education as a tool to have to prevent child labor in the future, and there is a lot in Burma. So what we are doing is we are educating all the children that wants to go to school, and we are supporting them all the way through higher education so that they could actually have a good future and they could literally start changing the next generation and so on and so forth. So we are really trying to turn the generation around and using education as a tool to stop the child labor.
MoeGyo Foundation raised nearly $11,000 in just one night. Since the new reforms have taken place in the country, there have been new gains for the Cyclone Nargis victims and its orphans. President Thein Sein and Parliament vowed to strengthen the agriculture in the Delta region. And while this continues to take place, expatriates of Burma are uniting to help out in any way they can. Many kids lost everything from Cyclone Nargis, including their families. And people say that foundations like MoeGyo help protect orphans from child traffickers and child labor. They emphasize how important it is to educate the children of Burma and to give them opportunities that they can look forward to. Kaylin, Voice of America, Herndon, Virginia.